I got an email from you guys about the write-in campaign saying that you don't count the write-in votes.
Are you Gavin?
Yeah.
Okay, right. And then I responded to your email this morning. Did you get that?
No, I haven't. I just figured I'd come in. I haven't seen that, so I just figured I'd come in this morning and take care of it, make sure I understood what's going on here.
So if you want to file as a candidate, as a write-in candidate, and have your votes counted as a certified write-in, we can do that, but you have to file during the filing period, and you were too late for that.
Yeah, I called you guys specifically and said, okay, we know we're too late, but here's my information. Are we good? Is they going to be counted? And you assured me that they would be counted when I called in.
And they were counted, and they are included in the 65 unresolved.
So they're counted, but I don't get to see what the count is?
We don't have to unless, let's see, I'll tell you exactly what my email said, and that's, okay, so like I said, you had to file, you missed the deadline.
Right, but the deadline is in nowhere a requirement under the Washington State RCW. It's optional for filing as a write-in. Under the RCW, you may file as a write-in candidate.
That's true. If you're recording me, I will not speak to you.
Well, you're definitely being recorded.
Okay, well then I'm not going to speak.
Okay, well, you can get me somebody that will speak to me.
There's nobody here right now.
Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you, because if this is your shift, I mean, I just want this on the record to make sure I know what's what with all of this. So,
I'm not going to speak to you and be recorded.
Well, you actually already are.
Well, that's okay. I'm done then.
Okay, so let me just clarify this. You guys aren't counting my votes, and you refuse to talk to me. Is that correct?
I sent you an email. You can read the email.
I don't know what the email says. I haven't seen it, and I want you on the record. Listen, here's the thing. We ran a late write-in campaign in this small town, and we promoted it pretty well. We caused a lot of conversation in the community, and I ran not because I really had this great desire to be afraid of mayor at all. I didn't. But because we, the people, need to step up. We need to step up when there's corruption in our communities, like in Ephrata, like in Grant County. Everything is shenanigans now. Everything's a game. Government refuses to be accountable for anything. It doesn't make any sense. And so you need to kind of ask yourselves the questions, well, what's your government doing? And should they be held accountable for that? You know, you come into the office like this, and I just want some answers of what is admittedly pretty dumb. Oh, you don't get your votes counted. I got an email last Friday, I think it was. It says, well, you have to pay us if you want your votes counted. You're going to have to pay for a recount. Now, according to her, they actually counted the votes, but I don't get to see those. So it's just more extortion. It's more games. And I'm guessing that if the number of write-ins, were more than for the guy that was on the ballot, then they'd kind of be forced into counting them. But who knows? Maybe they'd have an excuse then, too, why my votes don't count. We still have an empty auditor's office. There's no bell. Ding, 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 ding. If you don't vote, you can't complain. I like this sign because now I can complain, right? So I tried to come and complain, and I think I did it pretty nicely to the young lady. But she freaked out because she was being recorded and ran off. If you don't vote, you can't complain. If I do vote, or if I don't, either way, I can complain. But I did, and this is my government. And this is our Constitution. And this is our children's liberty. And the problem is, it's not just a conversation about one little local thing or one little mayoral's race or one judge. It's all over America. We sit around and we say, well, look at what terrorists are doing. We need to go to war. We need to do this. We need to do that. The war on liberty is right here at home. It's coming every single day from police and judges and government and corrupt officials and lackeys who just follow whatever they're told. The greatest bureaucratic terrorism, the assault on the citizenry, is happening right here in America. And that's what we need to fix. We need to get our own house in order. We need to repent right here at home. We need to get back to values and God and liberty and principle. Because if we don't do that, our children will certainly be slaves. Hey, great. I'm glad you're back.
Not to talk to you or not.
What is your problem? You can leave the office and I can come sit in your desk and do your job for you.
Yeah, I'm sure you could.
Thank
I'm
you.
leaving, so you'll need to go out.
No, I'm not going out until I get.
Well, I'm
Is this
leaving and
office
locking
closed
the
at this
door.
time of day?
I'm leaving right now. So
There's
I
no
have to
office
lock the
hours
door.
here? Do you have office hours?
Please go out so I can lock the door.
Once we finish our conversation, yes.
I'm not having a conversation.
You just need to
with
answer
you.
the questions about why my votes aren't being counted. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not trying to be rude to you. I'm being very patient considering you're acting so ridiculous
If you
and rude
want
to
some
me.
answers on a recording, you can speak to my boss when she's in. I'm not going to
If your
be
boss doesn't
recorded.
work today, that's not my problem. You are a public servant, ma'am, and you work in this office.
And I don't have to be recorded.
Are you out of your mind, lady?
You are.
Aren't you a security guard here? Did you see her just attack me?
Basic security, yeah.
Did you see her just attack me?
I did.
Is that normal here?
No, it's,
Is there anything you can do about it? I'm not trying to like put you on the spot. I know you're not a sheriff, so.
yeah, I'm just basic security. It's not under my jurisdiction.
Okay, well, would you? This is kind of awkward. Can you maybe call a sheriff up here?
I can talk to the front desk.
Just have them send a sheriff up, and I just want to let them know what's going on. I mean, because the auditor's office has abandoned the office after assaulting me, which is pretty unprofessional. I mean, I'm not hurt or anything, but come on. Maybe it's the suit. But I'm already married, lady. So hands off, all right? Vote freedom, America. Unless we don't want to count your votes because we don't really like you, and we're not going to talk to you on camera because we clearly disdain you because we don't like that you hold this office and this county accountable because we've seen your videos on YouTube and we're not going to be made into a spectacle by your camera, so we're going to attack you and take your camera away.
I just talked to the front desk. She said that there are no sheriff deputies that are available at the moment. They're on calls, and the administrators, I believe, are. I don't remember specifically what they say, but they're not available at the moment.
Okay.
I apologize for the inconvenience.
Well, what am I supposed to do? I mean, I have an empty auditor's office. It's business hours. And I guess you probably don't have an answer to that any more than I do. But,
I'm just security, so I don't know much.
okay, well, would you do me a favor and tell the front desk that I'm sitting here in an empty auditor's office and I either want an auditor in here or a sheriff in here. And until then, I guess I'm the auditor. Because nobody's auditing in here.
Yeah.
And so I'm just waiting.
Okay. Yeah.
And just let them know, because I'm assuming there's got to be a sheriff. Jones has to be in, or one of the undersheriff. Somebody's got to be back there. I mean, I know you guys, in case there's an incident, there's sheriffs around that can report. It sounds like they just really don't want to deal with me. Yeah. Called in some backup. Hi, Grant. That's my brother. Well, I don't really know what to do here. Oh, there's another backup. There's Blake. Good. He went to the front desk and said, we want a sheriff.
Right here.
They came back and said,
Can I help you?
yeah, are you with the auditor's office?
Uh-huh.
Oh, great. She abandoned her post. Well, who's this lady here?
Trish.
Trish? Okay, and you are?
Lori.
Lori. I'm Gavin.
Hi. It is very rude to film someone.
It's not very
who
rude.
want to be filmed.
No, you're a public official. It's not rude. It's accountability for
Well,
government. I mean,
It's not light.
the only thing that makes you guys look silly when you're being filmed is if you don't serve well. That's the only problem. Okay.
So we have
Two
a
steps.
single candidate race,
Which this
a
was not.
general election. Well, yeah, it was a single candidate race to begin with.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah.
Okay.
So for a general election, when the number of potential write-in votes exceeds the number of votes cast for the single candidate, the individual write-in votes must be tallied.
So-
And they were not.
So what you're saying is because I didn't get enough votes, then my votes don't get counted.
Well, we count them, but they do not change it.
Change
Is
it.
from what I'm.
I understand, and look, I mean, I've studied the law too, and I know you guys are finding loopholes on this.
Studied the law. Gavin, I'm done arguing with you.
This isn't an argument.
I've told you what I know. I don't know anything else.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going to assume that at this point, since the lady that freaked out over here is saying that. Can you just tell the auditor? Can we get my votes counted? I mean, really, I just want an official number of the votes. So pass that on. If you guys can't handle that, I mean, it's not worth picking a fight over, I guess, because it doesn't look like the numbers are high enough.
Something, please?
Okay.
Would you please not put that out there? I would rather not be.
I'll go through the video, and my goal is not to make you look silly. I mean, trust me, you're not going to have to worry after what she did.
That is not a thing to put out there either.
Her attacking me? What
I
do you
was
want
not
me
here.
to? I know you weren't here, but the security guard saw it. It's all on here. That's why there's a reason I film these things.
Hello.
Hillary. So I appreciate you trying, and my question's not really answered. Let the auditor know that I do want the count of the
I will
votes,
let her know.
and that if you don't count the votes, that despite the fact that you may have an RCW to support that, that does violate the principles of elections and the principles of law, and I would encourage her to count those votes anyhow. And this lady here, Shirley, I think you said her name is Trish, that kind of behavior, the disrespect for the citizenry in this office is not to be tolerated, and we're not going to tolerate it. When people come in here and they want service, they need to be served, because that's your guys' job as public servants. And if you don't like that job, choose another job. But for her to physically attack me is absolutely unacceptable. And for her to leave her post and refuse to talk to me is unacceptable. I know you're not thrilled about this, but you have talked to me, and I appreciate that. And I don't know what else to say. Okay, all right. Well, there we are. Thanks for the backup. And it is what it is. I'm not really shocked that I didn't win the election. And honestly, I'm not really shocked at these shenanigans. I am a little shocked about being attacked in the auditor's office. That's new, but it's another day in the life. So take care.